Okay. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How we doing, my sir,
Good
Christian?
after.
Oh my
What's up?
God, it's
What's up? I'm doing
420.
pretty good. Oh my God, it's 420. Good morning or good afternoon, people of Mr. Middleton's class
And Mr. Middleton,
and Mr. Middleton and Crawford and everyone in my
Miss
seventh
Botham.
period
Yeah, Miss Botham.
and Alex's fourth period.
Uh huh. Hello.
We're here to talk about the book Scythe and how gas this book was. This book was amazing. This book was
How
thought
fire.
provoking,
How fuego. Fuego.
bro. This was fuego.
All right, let's get
But
into it.
no, all right, let's get into it. So,
All right.
chapter one, Citra meets Scythe Faraday. Scythe Faraday is the number one Scythe that we're gonna know about throughout this whole entire book.
The
He
main,
is
main, one of
the
the main characters.
yeah, one of the main characters at first. Uh, but he is an amazing character. But let's talk about how they met. So, Citra's just chilling at her house. She's like reading a book or something. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of forgot what she was doing, but she was doing something. And then somebody knocks on their door. Her mom opens the door and is like a statue, and just standing there with this look of just pure fear.
From flight,
And then
fright, or freeze, bro, she chose freeze.
exactly. So then Citra walks up to her mom and sees a scythe. All the scythe wanted to do was come in, eat some food, and grab a knife. That's pretty much what happens. He sits down, has a little conversation. Like the whole entire family is just so scared the whole entire time,
And Citra's not.
not buying it at all. And then, as Scythe Faraday is leaving, he gives the mother immunity, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm just here to kill your neighbor. I'm not here to kill you guys. I just wanted a meal before I killed somebody."
We should talk about this real quick. In this world, it's a utopian world where
Oh yeah,
everything has been solved. Everything's been
yeah.
solved. The only way to die in this
Disease,
world is either from fire,
a scythe, or yeah, fire or a scythe.
fire or scythe. There's no other way to die.
Exactly. And I feel like that's just a super cool part about the book.
And
And
no one ever sees a scythe. Scythes are very rare in this world. Or they keep it
exactly.
in low profile, everything like that. Well, some of them.
So
Some people low profile. Some of them are a little more
yeah.
demon.
People know about scythes. Like everyone knows about scythes.
Everyone
Like
praises them.
they're almost like celebrities. Exactly. They're almost like gods or celebrities. But everyone also kind of fears them because not a lot of people really see a scythe unless they're being gleaned or seeing another person being gleaned. Bro, what just happened?
I was just fell in the chair.
Bro, we're sitting here talking about a book and you almost fall.
Yeah.
But
I
like
got hungry.
pretty much dude, pretty much seeing a scythe is like
Scary.
seeing a unicorn. Like a scary unicorn, pretty much.
Usually,
But
we'll see
continuing
size.
on.
You usually die.
Exactly. Usually die or one of your loved ones dies. But continuing on,
That's one of our main characters. The other main character we
that
have is
yeah.
Rowan.
Rowan, exactly.
Rowan meets
And
Scythe Faraday at his school. He's walking to school. He's late, so he goes to the office. He also meets a Scythe there in the office when they're walking together up there. And then Rowan turns out Scythe Faraday is there to kill someone. One of the students. And Rowan's like, "Oh my God, I'm an accomplice." Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Because everyone in the school watched this Scythe walk in. They're very rare. Very rare. Very rare. Very,
extremely
very, very
rare.
rare. So when they pull up to a school, they're like, "Oh my God, who is gonna die?" Everyone's hiding. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, stay away. He's gonna kill one of us." And turns out he's there to kill one of the star quarterback, number one varsity. He's the big shot.
Yep.
Go ahead and explain how he dies. Gleam. Sorry,
So
we don't use that word
sorry,
here.
greedy, yeah. So Cole Whitlock, bro, he he comes up to the office expecting like to be praised, and sees a scythe. He goes into the principal's office with the principal and the scythe. The scythe kicks out the principal, and then Cole, before he walks in, he's like, "Please, somebody come in here. I don't want to be alone when I die. Please, 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 Mr. Scythe, don't kill me, please." And so then Rowan steps up and is like, I can't let bro die alone. I can't. Like that's unethical.
Everyone watches
So
Rowan go in there. Everyone watches Rowan go in there.
exactly. So Rowan goes in there. Scythe Faraday closes the door, and then he's like, "Bro, I'm sorry. You're like the 6% of it. You fit the perfect criteria. You drunk drive, and 6% of the drunk drivers that fit your criteria die. So I'm sorry, but you're like the only one. My bad, pimp." So he
Yeah.
pulls out this shocking device that's gonna immediately kill Cole. Like, immediately.
Instant.
No pain. It's a quick murder. Well, glean. It's a quick lean. He won't be able to feel it,
Quick body.
but exactly, quick body. So Cole is like, "Bro, oh my God, can you please just hold my hand, whatever your name is?" Because Cole doesn't even know Rowan's name.
Because Rowan's
But
antisocial. He's a loser.
exactly,
He's a
Rowan is a
loser.
lettuce. Rowan is a lettuce.
Lettuce in a
But
sandwich.
exactly. Uh, so Rowan holds his Rowan holds Cole's, bro. Shut up. Sorry. Uh, so Rowan holds Cole's hand. And then uh, he dies pretty much.
Yeah.
Cole gets murked,
And then
and Rowan
everyone
gets
bullies
knocked
Rowan
back.
for him
Exactly.
not doing anything.
Rowan gets bullied pretty heavily, and
Inside
is
Faraday thought that Rowan was only doing it to get immunity. When Rowan was like, "Nah, bro, I don't want that.
exactly.
Get that
I
out
don't
of
want
here."
your immunity.
Pity.
So
Pity.
Rowan has no immunity, and everyone just starts hating on him. And then he gets fed up one day. Like, I want to make a joke, but I don't know if it's great to make a joke about this in a school setting. But bro is just gets fed up, and it's like he leans into it. He steers into the skid,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "Yeah, Scythe, that's Scythe. He's my homie. Like, I know him. He'll come here and glean anyone that bullies me." So everybody
Yeah.
just backs off of him.
Everyone's scared. No
And
one wants to die.
exactly. And his best friend of all time, Tiger,
His friend that
left
kills
him.
himself for fun because he'll know he'll
Exactly.
get revived.
Uh,
Just hates
he
him.
leaves him.
He leaves him.
Exactly.
He's like,
He
"Nah,
leaves
bro.
him.
Everyone hates you. I'm out.
Exactly. Like,
Out the
I'm
jazz."
not gonna be one of the weirdos, bro. So
Uh-huh.
then after all that happens, Scythe Faraday, the little matchmaker he is, bro, puts them on a date to the opera. And the opera is this huge social event. Uh, and yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know about the opera. They
They meet
then
there and they're told that they're gonna become Scythe apprentices and go live with Scythe
yeah,
Faraday because he wants them to become students.
yeah,
And
and
that's
they
basically
meet
what happens in the first part.
exactly, and they meet like, hey, they both think they're kind of cute. They both mutually think that they're both
They backing
cute.
it up.
They're back in. But then Scythe Verde comes out of like nowhere and is just like, "I want y'all to be my apprentices." So then after that happens, Citra and Rowan go back to their individual households. Rowan doesn't tell his family because he knows that their family is going to be like, yes, because he has such an extended family that lives in his house that they would just be like, yes. That would be like 20 or 30 people just automatically getting immunity. But then, on the other hand, Citra, who has a very decent household life, is like, "I don't know what to do. What do you guys think I should do?" And Citra's family is like, "We think you should do it because of the immunity." And it's just crazy. It's craziness.
Hmm.
So then they both accept the apprenticeship. Well, what first happens before that is they go to an art museum and they go to the before everyone turned immortal art. And they saw the compassion and how much emotion there was in those paintings that they were like, we have to be Scythes because we need to bring back this feeling, the feeling of wanting to actually do something in your life that matters. Because in this world, being immortal, you have so many possibilities of doing so many things in your lifetime that most people live to like 160, 180. So they have such a long life ahead of them, usually, that they're like, there's nothing to look forward to. So then,
They go live with
they,
Scythe Faraday.
yeah, they
Faraday
accept
trains
apprenticeship.
them like crazy, and then they finally
Craziness.
witness their first gleaning together.
Yep.
Rowan throws up. He's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you just did that. You're a disgusting animal."
Exactly.
And it's just like, "Oh my god, you are so not a man. Suck it up, Buttercup." And they
Exactly.
witness first gleaning. They continue training and training. They fall in love with each other, and but they won't want a minute at all. There's like
Exactly.
6 chapters of them just like lying to themselves, like, nah, I can't love this
Exactly.
girl, because
I
Scythe
think
Faraday makes it a very, very, very clear rule that they cannot at all.
exactly.
100%, you
But
cannot have any emotional attachment to the person you are training with every day.
exactly. Because only one of them will be a scythe. And whoever does better at the conclaves, which is a test for scythes, will become a scythe. And in the middle of them like falling in love, getting all flirty, blah 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 blah, we are introduced to a group of scythes. We do not know their name yet, but they commit mass gleanings. They go onto an airplane and they're like, "You all are going to get gleaned."
Because they have to hit a quota before every conclave, and people
Yeah,
choose different sides choose on how to kill. You could either kill like 6 times a week and you'll be good, like on average, or
or
you could wait like 3 months and then just start like on a rampage, kill like 500 people in one day. You know?
exactly. And that's where we're introduced to the antagonist. Should we say the name or should we say the
Yeah,
name when
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
his name is Goddard. Not honorable.
God,
He's not honorable, but his name is Scythe Goddard. There is Scythe
God,
Volta, Scythe Rand, and I don't know the last name. Scythe starts with an A, right? No, 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 no. Scythe Chomsky and Scythe Chomsky.
they're pretty
So
irrelevant. The only main ones are really
yeah,
like Goddard
Scythe
and
and Volta,
Volta.
but they're all wearing like very lavish robes, which is very against tradition for scythes. Usually, you want to be kept on a low profile, but they want to be celebrities. But
They got BBS
skip it
diamonds.
exactly. But they pretty much just massacre the whole plane, and they're obviously the antagonists.
With flamethrowers. No one likes them.
Guns, yeah, everyone hates them. Well, a lot of the scythes hate them.
Some of
The
them
old
agree,
guard,
some of them don't.
exactly. They're a part of apparently the new guard. But continuing on to the first conclave, a lot of stuff goes down in this. Uh, they learn about all the different traditions. They're passing new laws. Well, not new laws. More like new rules, pretty much. Because the main 10 commandments of Scythe will can never be overruled. Uh, so continuing on with the conclave, what happens is they're all put up with a test. All the apprentices are like there's about 4 or 5 of them that are put up for a test, and Citra fails. Citra fails miserably. Well, not miserably. She just fails because she lies. She says that the worst thing she's ever done was what push a girl down the stairs, and that girl broke her neck and became deadish. And the scythe can see through her lie and says, that is not the worst thing you've ever done. That's a lie. Fail. So she goes,
Scythe Curie
exactly.
is the
Scythe
one
Curie.
testing them, the proctor.
Yeah. So continuing on with that, Rowan is like, oh no, my homegirl just,
My
the girl
shoddy,
I
my
like,
boo
my
thing.
shoddy, my stink, bro. My stink
Stink
just
failed,
failed.
bro. I gotta fail on purpose now.
Exactly. So he fails on purpose, and that leads into a bunch of events. Well, not a bunch of events, just a very big main event that causes a lot of main events afterwards. Uh,
Never in the whole like Scythedom history has there ever been one scythe with two apprentices. It's only been
exactly.
one apprentice per scythe. And
One
then they're
apprentice,
told,
bro.
and everyone finds out, and everyone's like, "Nah, this cannot be. We're gonna
Well,
make y'all fight to the death to
exactly.
figure out who's the
Actually,
best."
I think it was Scythe Rand that proposed that idea, right? One of Scythe Goddard's lackeys.
Yeah,
She's like, I propose that at the end of their tests, like at their last conclave, whichever scythe, whichever apprentice becomes a scythe, gleans the other scythe. And for some reason, High Blade Xenocrates, I think that's his name,
Xenocrats.
Xenocrats, is like, we don't have enough time to talk about this. Sure, well, why not? And everyone's just going wild, like, what?
Oh
What?
my
What?
god,
Why?
bro.
What?
So then
And Scythe
imagine you,
Faraday,
bro. You fall in love with Stink, love of your life, and then you're told you gotta kill her.
exactly,
Kill or be killed.
exactly,
You're living
bro.
with this person for like 9 total months. You already fell in love with him, and you're denying the fact, and then now you gotta kill him. Kill or be killed.
Exactly. It's just like so messed up, bro.
And then Rowan's like, "There's no way. I'd rather be killed."
Exactly. He's shell
Rowan
shocked
cannot bring himself to think
to
about
kill.
killing her. He's
Exactly.
a simp.
He
He's a
can't.
simp.
He's a hella simp. But Scythe Faraday is like so shitted that he's just staring. He's not saying a word. He's not looking at Rowan. He's not looking at Citra. And like throughout the book, they've grown a very big relationship with each other. It's almost like a father to a son and a daughter. And they've grown a very good relationship towards each other. They all trust each other. And like Scythe Faraday is such a compassionate scythe that it shows in many cases throughout the book. Like there was this one time where he was supposed to glean this one person, and he the person fights back, and Citra's the only one there, and the person that fights back hits him in the jaw and breaks his jaw. And the rule for one of the commandments for scythes is if they fight back, the rest of the family has to die. The rest of the household family has to die. No exceptions, nothing. But the thing about this is that it was in a room. No one else was there except for Citra and Scythe Faraday and the person that was being gleaned. So after that happened, Scythe Faraday was like, y'all are about to get gleaned. I'm sorry. So
He was
as they're
so
preparing
angry.
for
He
it,
was so
exactly.
angry.
As they were preparing for it, they're like, please no, oh my god. And
I'm
then
so
Scythe Faraday,
sorry. I'm so sorry.
exactly. Scythe Faraday stops and thinks for a second and is like, actually, never mind. My apprentice was fighting with me, against me, for trying to glean this person. You guys are free to go. Don't tell anyone. Uh, she will be disciplined extremely. And that's one of like the biggest moments that shows him as such a compassionate person that he went against the Scythedom's rule of gleaning just because he didn't want to
He is too
kill
much
more
pride.
innocent people. Exactly.
He's too humble. But
Too humble,
we're on
bro.
a time crunch right here, so let me go ahead and
Oh
summarize
shit,
the
yeah.
rest. They continue witnessing gleanings, Roan and Citra, to the point where they're going one-on-one with Scythe Faraday. And then one eventful night. They're just
Like a
chilling
couple
at
weeks
home.
after.
A bunch of training, like months of training go by, training arc or whatever. And then they get into this big fight. Rowan and Citra. Scythe Faraday, he dipped. He was like, you know what, I'm gonna go glean by myself today. And then when they're not talking to each other, you know, he's like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm actually in love with Stink. Oh my god. And then he goes to her room, and then my boy makes them. What? Go.
Wait. So he goes to a room, and bro's just like, what?
What?
Bro, I'm trying to look up this one song. Give me a second. Oh, this. So he just goes into a room, and he's like,
What up, baby?
Sin City was a angels like you.
he just comes in there all like that. He just comes in with like the dice roll, bro.
He comes in like this. He comes in like this. No, but he comes in. He goes in, and then he's like, and then they talk it over, and then out of nowhere, bam, they kissed. Oh my god, they finally admitted they have feelings for each other.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. And then they talk, blah blah blah, a bunch of filler stuff, and then out of nowhere, all you hear is
just a little knock, bro. So.
Yeah, just okay. Knocking on the door. Who is it? Highblade. The police.
Yeah.
The
Two
police.
Highblade officers and the Highblade himself.
They're like, you need to come with me. And they're like, no, we're Scythe apprentices. You don't talk to me.
Exactly.
And then they just take him by force. And then they're like, so this would happen. Scythe Faraday killed himself.
Oh, dude, when I found that out, I was so sad, bro.
I know. Imagine you just kissed Stink, and then now your teacher that you've been living with for months is dead.
Bro, that was just so sad.
All in one day, man. And then
All in one day.
And then they're like, so what now? I just go back to my normal Joe life? And they're like, well, that would happen. But some side stood up and they were like, you know what? I'll take him under my wing.
Exactly.
Citra gets chosen by Scythe Curie, the proctor from the
the proctor.
They're like, you know what? You come with me.
I feel like we need some menace music for who picked like some villain. Hold up. I feel like we need some villain music for the next one. Hold up.
Wait, no. That's not it.
Not that.
Not that. Hold on. I got you.
All right. You gotta play close to your mic, bro, because I could not hear the last one.
Where is it? It's the Batman intro going on in here, bro.
Bro,
Batman.
put it as close. Oh my god, put it closer to the mic. I can't hear it.
Batman. Can you hear Batman?
I can hear Batman, bro.
Rowan gets chosen by Scythe Goddard.
Ah!
The most menace Scythe there is out there. The most menace. The demon.
The antagonist of the whole story.
The dude that kills for fun.
That massacres hundreds of people every single time he goes gleaning. Chooses Rowan.
And then Rowan's like, what? No. Scythe Faraday doesn't like that guy. I don't want to live with that guy. It's a bad guy.
That's a bad guy.
And then, you know, he's obligated. He's like, all right, I guess so. I guess I'll go with him. Whatever.
Exactly.
And then they go into some intense training.
Yeah.
Like demon
Rowan
training.
Rowan gets his ass beat, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. He gets his ass beat.
One of his first lessons when he goes to like live with Scythe Gardar is that they turn off his
Nanites.
nanites, his healing
Oh, yeah.
properties.
We also haven't told them about nanites yet. Nanites
yeah.
are pretty much like they release opiates into the bloodstream to prevent pain. They release like dopamine, and they can also control emotion. They control physical aspects. They can also heal extremely fast. Like if you break your arm or foot, or if you get stabbed, as long as you don't die, it can get healed in about an hour or two.
Or overnight.
Or overnight, exactly.
So the menace himself, Scythe Gardar, is like, you know what? I'm gonna turn them off. And he's like, come with me downstairs. You know, we're gonna train downstairs.
Exactly.
And then there's a circle of all of like Scythe's Gardar's like like apprentices. No, well, not apprentices. Like his the people he has under his wing. People
His lackeys, his disciples.
his lackeys, yeah, his disciplines. And Rowan's like, well, what's going on here? And then Gardar's like, come here, let me turn off your nanites. Turn them off, and he's like, you're gonna experience pain. True discipline. Some army military discipline. And then bro gets jumped.
There's a TikTok sound. I want to play for this, bro. There's a TikTok sound.
Bro gets it's to the point where he's like broken and beat up to a pulp. Like so close to like death, but he's not dead.
Exact. Oh, wait,
Like,
hold on.
Pure
I had
misery.
Bro. This is what was happening to Rowan, bro. Hold up.
Let him get up, let him get up, let him get up.
That's what they were doing. They were just fucking.
Let him get up.
Let him get up.
But literally,
bro.
bro got jumped. Bro got jumped in the basement of his own home
Exactly, bro. He got
by
jumped
people
in the
he was
basement.
living with for like a month or two now.
Oh.
He got jumped. Rowan's going through like all this like difficult physical training, and Citra's at Scythe Curie's house making potions.
Bro, not even making potions. She's just eating the food that Scythe Curie is just like, yo, you try to get some like some fancy ass food real quick. I got you, baby girl.
I'm a chef,
She's
I'm a chef.
Exactly. She's just whipping up some like random food, bro. Some like ratatouille.
Gourmet,
Exactly.
bro. 5-star Gordon Ramsay,
Gourmet.
who? Gordon Ramsay, who, bro?
Bro, Scythe Curie was better.
Literally.
It was just, she was living the life. Scythe Curie also had a Porsche that she was whipping around whenever she would go on bleeding.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, she was riding. She was
Ballin'.
riding a nice ass whip. Just going through the mountains, bro. Living in a nice ass house. Although Goddard did have a really nice house, and he would constantly like throw parties.
Yeah, but you
So-
know the reason why he has that house? Because he's threatened the homeowner. He was like, give me your
Yeah.
house or I'm going to kill you.
Bro, after we forgot the food court.
Oh,
Bro.
the food court. Yeah. So Scythe Gardar and all his lackeys, his disciplines, they all go to this food court by helicopter, yeah?
Yeah.
They land in there and they're like, everyone in this food court has been chosen for gleaning. And then there's this one, little short fat fourth grader.
That fourth grader.
She's smacking her pizza down.
Just,
What fucking, hold on. And she's like, oh my god, I don't want to die.
So then she hides between like trash cans and a tree. And she's just like chilling there, and she's hearing like the agonizing
hours.
wails.
For, like,
exactly. Of
Just
all the
everyone
people
dying.
in that food court. And then all of a sudden she sees one of the Scythes, and he's like, hello, little girl. Come with me.
Come with me, you're gonna live with me now.
Exactly.
You're gonna live with me.
So then they take Esme, and we don't really know much about it until
It's
Rowan.
later revealed that her name is Esmeralda.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
they
know
call
how
her
to say
Esme
it.
for show.
For sure.
For show.
Shout.
But later on, should we just like say who she is, just for the sake of it?
Yeah. Time crunch.
So she is High Blade Xenocrate's daughter, like scandalous
And it's
daughter.
strictly forbidden for any
have-
like anyone of that like high authority to have any family or any children.
Exactly. And it's just crazy, bro.
But Gardar knows that this is his daughter. How he knows? Who knows, bro? Who knows?
No
Who
one.
knows?
It's not explained in the book how Goddard knows that, but you have to assume that he did some research, and plus because Goddard is High Blade Xenocrate's apprentice.
Apprentice. Yeah.
So,
the most
it-
demon menace Scythe is the most highest like president like Xenocrate is like the
The president of Mid America or
Mid
Mid America.
America, yeah, like the Scythe Dome. There
Yeah.
in Mid America. And
It's like a global. It's like a UN thing. But continuing on,
he
Alex,
takes Esme and he's like, you're gonna come live with me. And that's why Scythe Goddard has like so much control over Xenocrates whenever they're like the conclaves or like any of the testing. They're like, hey bro, watch what you say to me. Watch what you say to me,
exactly.
bro.
He's
You know
like,
who I am?
bro.
You know who I am? I am him.
You want-
I'm Himothy.
I'm him. You want your daughter? Nah. You
Nah,
gonna do what I
bro.
say or nah. That shit is crazy.
And it's crazy
But-
because at one like cause Scythe Goddard has this really like huge mansion, like baller, and he's
Yeah.
always throwing parties. And at one of these parties, he invites Xenocrates. He's like, "Yo, bro, come pull up, pull through. I'm gonna have a
Yup.
party." And Xenocrates is like, "Well, you're not really asking me, huh? You're just telling me." And he's like, "Yeah, you better be there." And,
Better pull up, bro.
when he's there, he's talking to him. He's like, let me show you someone that's really important to me, someone that's really close to me. And he's like, Izmi, come here. And then Xenocrates is like, there's no way bro knows. There's no way bro knows. And then Goddar's like, you know what, bro? I want you to go have some fun. Go jump in the pool.
But before this happened, like before this event right here happened, he's like, "Yo, you remember what you did to me at the last conclave? Because this happened after the Harvest Conclave, and they were at the Summer Conclave before. So after the Harvest Conclave, Goddard was made fun of by High Blade Xenocrates, and Xenocrates was like, "Can you just shut up for 5 minutes? That's your order."
In front of everyone. In front of everyone.
In front of the
Disrespect.
whole conclave, just disrespect it.
And Goddar's like, nah, bro, I don't take that. No
You're like-
disrespect around here.
Remember how funny it was when he did that to me? And he gets Volta to hand him a knife, and he puts a knife at the edge of Esme's neck.
And Izmi can't
Izmi-
see. Izmi can't see it.
Exactly, yeah. And then like just Xenocrates is going crazy. He's like, "Oh my God, please no, don't do that." Like that's just what he's thinking in his head. And he says out loud, "Don't do that, please."
And then he tells
And-
Izmi, he's like, wouldn't it be fun to see him jump in the pool? But Xenocrates, his like robe, here you can see here on the thing. Every scythe wears one of these cloaks, robe.
Yeah.
And Xenocrates' robe is like full of like pearls, gems, and stones. To the point where it weighs a lot. Like a lot.
I thought his robe was made fully of gold.
Fully of, gold, because Goddard is made out of diamonds.
Yeah.
And he's like, why don't you go jump in? And he's like, oh my god. Well, I have no choice.
Exactly.
So he jumps in. Rowan's like, whoa, what are the guy just jumped in.
and everybody's like, he's sinking, he's not gonna get up. Blah 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 blah.
And then
Rowan saves him.
yeah, Rowan jumps in the pool. He's like, come with me if you want to live, my boy.
Rowan and his friend Tiger, because Tiger is a hired party person now.
Yeah, he's a professional partier.
Exactly.
He basically saves and upgrades his life. But Rowan was watching this whole thing go down.
Yeah.
Like Rowan saw him like do all that. It's crazy because Tiger really switched up. He was like, "Nah, bro, you were always at these parties. This is lit, bro. This is lit." They're just talking. They're like, "Yeah, bro, these parties are lit." And Rowan's like, "No, it's not, bro. Not at all."
Not good. I also feel like we need to visit one more thing before we can like truly get into the rest of this story.
Demons.
Of that story. Because something else happens before this that I feel like we need to get into. So Rowan pretty much gets his ass beat for like months and months and months, and then he gets intense training. At first he trains with dummies with like swords and stuff. Then he moves on to living targets, and he starts deadishing like 12 people, and then the 13th person is left alive. And after a while, he gets really used to that, blah, 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 blah. And we get to the Harvest Conclave. Citra has been training, but Rowan has been training even harder.
Physical, like just bro's transformation. Did you read about it?
Yes,
He used to be like a scrawny little kid, and now he's like
ripped.
Just fucking shredded.
And also, before the Harvest Conclave, they killed a bunch of people at this office building, and Rowan was trying to save people.
In secret, he wasn't telling anyone.
Yeah. He wasn't telling anyone. And after that happened, some character development for Volta happened, where it was like, it showed that he was more than who he really was. And throughout this whole entire book, Rowan is starting to change into this beast, this monster, as he calls himself. He's starting to feel good whenever he starts killing people. And I feel like that shows that he's definitely dealing with some type of like, he's getting trauma from all of these events, and he has no way of coping with it except for killing or deadishing people, or to put it into his training. But continuing on to the Harvest Conclave, he's like a celebrity apprentice now, and all these bitches are all over him, man.
Oh yeah, bro. He's got all these friends. He don't even know their names, but he's like, yeah, that's whatever.
Exactly, nonchalant as fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, and there's this one girl just like hanging on to him, and then Citra comes up and is like, "Hi, Rowan." And then Rowan is like, "Oh shit!" It tries to push
I got
the girl
caught.
off of him.
I got caught.
Exactly.
It's because you should also mention that like during these like I don't know how many months it's been between like since like he last saw Citra.
I think it was about 4 months.
Like 4 months. They haven't talked.
4 months.
No connection. No nothing. Like they haven't talked.
Exactly. No talking whatsoever.
They haven't talked since they kissed, bro.
And then, pretty much, all that
Citra
happens.
just sees this girl magging up on her man.
Exactly. And Scythe Curie was like, Rowan has changed Citra. Do not trust him anymore. And then
Man is a
Citra, exactly. And then Rowan and Citra talk, and he's like, "Yeah, don't worry. You don't have to worry anymore. Once you become a Scythe, everything is gonna get better again." And then she's like, "Me? Why would I become a Scythe? Don't you have just the same chance as I do?" And then he just stays quiet. And then they go in and, blah, 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 conclave talk, laws and shit. And then it gets to the test. Yeah. And this, I forgot his name, but it's one of the Scythes that's very physical. So they do a Bokatar test. And Bokatar is just this martial art that every Scythe has to learn how to use. Because it's very lethal, and in case you don't have a weapon on you or anything, like, oh my god, Olympus is on. My bad.
No way. Alright, Mr. Middleton didn't see that.
No,
No.
but yeah, and
We should also
Sid-
add that Rowan's training has been nothing but sending people like deadish.
pretty
Like
much,
he he's been like physical training is all he's done, and Citra's been eating food and making potions. That's crazy.
That's all she's been doing.
And like to the point, like even then it's like, yeah, well this test is about physical training. That's it. That's it.
It's physical training. Exactly.
To the point
So-
where everyone knows that Rowan has the advantage here.
Yeah. So Citra and Rowan are paired up against each other, and they start fighting. They start circling each other, about to like fight. Rowan tries to lose, and then Citra loses even worse than him because they're both trying to lose, and Citra is making Rowan look good. So then Rowan is like, the only way I'm going to be able to lose this is if I get disqualified. So they're circling around each other again. And then he's like, he pulls out a Yu-Gi-Oh card and is like, this is my trap. Plays it. And he's like, you fell into my trap. And he just lunges at her at lightning speed. Grabs her into a headlock.
Wait.
and then-
You should
Bro.
add. You should add that this whole time, the whole fight, Rowan is like, it's obvious that he's winning. It's obvious that he's winning. Like Citra is making it to the point where like it just looks like he's winning. Like she's so good to the point where it's just like she does it like, oh, how do I explain this, man?
She knows how to do bad. That she's so good. She knows
Rowan's
all the bad
purposely
qualities.
like missing his like fist. He's like going like a little like too far left, and Citra sees it. She leans into the fist.
Which is just
Losing.
crazy. So, Rowan gets her into a headlock, and he snaps her spine. No, like, okay, he rips her head so fast and with so much force that not only her neck breaks, but her whole entire spine is shattered. So she flies through the air, and then once she finally falls, her head is facing the opposite direction, which is just craziness.
Bro sent his stink deadish.
Bro sent his stink to heaven for like 5 minutes.
Like this, bro. So easy.
It was
He wasn't
crazy.
trying the whole time. But when he finally tries, easy.
He immediately
She
gets
didn't even
disqualified.
expect it. Because it's an illegal
It
move.
was-
It's an illegal
Exactly. It was an illegal move, so he gets disqualified, and everyone's like booing him. And meanwhile, Rowan is just stone face. He does not care, showing no emotion whatsoever, at all. And after that happened, Rowan just walks back, and then we flash forward to a couple days later. Citra is back to being better. And Citra was like, So Citra has been investigating Scythe Faraday's death, and just like trying to see all of his movements, because 2 out of the 5 people that witnessed it were given immunity. So it was obviously something had to do with another Scythe, and it was just craziness. So she's been investigating, and that's what they were talking about. Like, you'll investigate it more once you become a Scythe. That's what they were talking about. So flash forward, Citra's back to being better. She's like, did my stink check to see if I was okay? And Seth Curry was like, no, he didn't give a fuck.
He ain't care.
He ain't care.
He ain't care. Uh-huh.
So then after that, we go to Rowan's perspective, and this is where the other party that Goddard threw. And Goddard is like
Goddard
just-
threw the party because Rowan did so good.
yeah. Goddard
Even
is
though
ecstatic.
they were both disqualified, because it was obviously that Rowan was gonna win, and then he
Yeah,
was like, "Nah, I'm gonna throw this illegal move," so it just got him disqualified.
exactly.
But it didn't make Citra win because everyone knew that she was gonna lose either way.
Exactly.
But everyone knew he
And
was gonna win, so they were like, "This dude's a beast. Let's throw him a party."
exactly. And Goddard was just ecstatic that he snapped her neck. And then the whole entire Xenocrates thing happened. And uh, Rowan tells Goddard about the conversation that him and Citra had. That they believe that Scythe Faraday was killed by another Scythe. And obviously Goddard was the one who was put as the prime suspect. And after that happened, Goddard just was like about to let loose on Rowan. He was getting pissed. And then Goddard just like puts him in his place and is like, just don't talk to me about it anymore. And then as he's walking off, he's like, even if I did kill him, I wouldn't admit to it. So then after that,
He said, even if I did kill Faraday, I wouldn't be as stupid to tell you.
exactly. That was craziness. So then, and also Xenocrates and Goddard had a conversation where Xenocrates was like, Citra shouldn't be a problem in the next week. And that comes in the big present of Citra gets accused of Scythe Faraday's murder because of a note that he wrote about Scythe Curie when Scythe Curie was Scythe Faraday's apprentice. Because Scythe Faraday was a junior when he was a
No.
junior apprentice
No,
or
they,
junior
they,
Scythe.
they were lovers. They were lovers.
No. I know. But he wrote that when Scythe Curie was an apprentice to Scythe Faraday.
Yeah.
Because what happened was Scythe Curie was like so in love with Scythe Faraday that she would wait outside of his door, and even one night she came into his room, and then like the next day she expressed his love. And what the note says is like, I fear for my life. This woman is gonna kill me. She waits outside my door at night, and the other night she came into my room, and I didn't even know if she knew if I was asleep or awake or not. She didn't care. Blah 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 blah. Like that whole entire thing. He misconstrued it, and then that's how Citra gets kind of cleared. But Citra has to go on this huge adventure where she gets
She fled the
arrested.
country.
Yeah, pretty much. She gets arrested. She stabs Xenocrates in the stomach. Then she splats herself. So then the Ambidrone can get her because the Thunderhead and the Scythedom can't interact with each other. But as soon as somebody is declared dead, and they weren't supposed to die, that is property of the Thunderhead, pretty much. So once she was getting revived, the